We now draw our attention to the guys in the 7,200-pound modified tractors here this evening. Up number one, out of Alveston, Ontario, Canada, driving the tractor known as Spook, here's Bill Douglas Jr. Out of Waunakee, Wisconsin, the P38 Lightning machine, here's Richard Ziegler. Richard Ziegler, ladies and gentlemen. And out of Holland, Michigan, the bad habit man himself, Steve Klingenberg. Steve Klingenberg. A lot of fans up there for Steve.
Got his cheering section going. And this next gentleman going to try a little something unique to tractor pulling. Is he's going to be racing tonight with racing radios. Got some two-way hookup with his pit crew. We'll see how he likes the track as it's going. From Medina, Ohio, pulling in the Sandman, here's Carl Bilski. Carl Bilski. From New Baden, Illinois, pulling in Track Fever. Please welcome Kevin Furking. And from Lapeer, Michigan, in the Wild Child, here's Bob Jostock.
And next out of Batavia, Iowa, the Terminator, Mr. Tony Martin. Tony Martin, ladies and gentlemen. Tough competitor, I'll tell you. Out of New Haven, Indiana, the Kodiak Modified, Mr. Jim Brockman. Brockman in his Kodiak Modified. And man, I tell you what, they threw the book away on this guy. Out of Akron, Ohio, and everyone loves this tractor, I'll tell you. Known as the Green Monster, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Art Arfons, right there. Art Arfons.
Next up from Lowell, Ohio, pulling in the Pioneer, here's Dave Archer. Dave Archer. Out of Weldon, Illinois, in the Dirt Slinger, once again, Bill Leischner. Bill Leischner. And rounding out this class from Zanesville, Ohio, pulling in the Weekend Warrior, here's David Porter. David Porter, ladies and gentlemen. How about let's give a big hand to all the 7,200-pound modified tractor pullers.
Gentlemen.
Well, we now know how the sand looks because we've hit it. Might have to heavy the sled up a bit coming out of the hole that quick.
Well, here we go now with Richard Ziegler on the line, the Allison Aircraft Engine Machine. Hey, get yourself a program, ladies and gentlemen. They're on sale here tonight. National Farm Machinery Show Championship Tractor Pull, 25th Anniversary Souvenir Program. Get you one. Well, an outstanding run for Richard Ziegler. Look at the flames out of that Allison Aircraft engine. Those P38 fuel injected P38's made a nice strong run here tonight in a 7,200 modified class P38. We are still unofficial at this time as our track people look things over, but an excellent run.
2:33.36 is the distance on P38 Lightning and Richard Ziegler. 2:33.36. Again, the sled remains unofficial at this point. Steve Klingenberg, and again, right now the question is, will the sled hold up or will they have to add a little weight to it? .74 for the bad half. Bill Douglas, our first puller in the Spook, hit the sand, went past the 2:35 mark. He had a full pull. Ziegler has come in, P38 Lightning at 2:33.36. And Steve Klingenberg at 1:99.74. Now he's got his Racing Electronics radios strapped on, and Carl Bilski out of Medina, Ohio will bring the Sandman out, and we'll see if he keeps his mind on pulling or if he's doing too much talking on there.
A little bit more innovation, huh, Scott? You know, we like to see things a little bit different every year here at the Farm Machinery Show. And I'll tell you what, I don't know how his partner's going to be able to hear over that. I guess it'll be all right. Now, do you know whose tractor this used to be? Known as the Pig, ladies and gentlemen, coming to the line. Now known as the Sandman. These guys are radio controlled here tonight. Yes, sirree. His crewman on the side over here, already talking to him. They've got communications. That's an interesting story. Let's see what happens. Here's Carl Bilski now, ladies and gentlemen, out of Medina, Ohio. Medina, Ohio, man, here on the line, ready to go.
Track is ready. The Sandman hook takes 2:35 for a full pull. That's where you see the white line and the cone marked at the end of the track. Good strong pull for Bilski and the Sandman right there. We'll check his distance momentarily. For the moment, it would appear that the Sandman's going to sit in the number 3 spot. Bilski, 2:25.61. So that'll sit him third right now behind Spook and P38 Lightning. Sport on Earth is brought to you by ICI Americas.
Hey, Joe. All right, no, okay. Hey, look at your wife here. Here we go now. Kevin Ferking, New Baden, Illinois. The Track Fever machine rolls to the line. 7,200-pound modifieds here tonight. Well, the Illinois tractor made a good roll of it. He makes a nice run. Track Fever. Kevin Firking out of New Baden, Illinois.
2:06.72, the official distance for the Track Fever machine out of New Baden, Illinois.
Hey, Scott, I'm going to talk to Lapeer, Michigan on the line here. Bob Jostock, Lapeer, Michigan. He's driving Wild Child in the modifieds right here. Your leader with a full pull, Bill Douglas Jr., Alveston, Ontario. Whoa, man, oh man.
So the Wild Child records a full pull. Jostock gets it far enough past that 235 mark. It just takes 235. You can see the distance up there. That is officially a full pull for Bob Jostock and the Wild Child. The Terminator.
The man's going to just might put it out of here this evening. Fine running machine. He was fourth last year in 92 mod here in Louisville. He comes to the line, 72 mod tonight. Tony Martin out of Batavia, Iowa, in the 7,200-pound class here tonight. Got a Banner frame, ladies and gentlemen, out of the Banner Brothers. 3-engine modifieds. On the line we go. Farmer Banner Brothers tractor. The Banner frame right here. Here we go. Front motor went sour on him. Well, the Iowa-based machine, Tony Martin, last year's state winner in Iowa. He was the points champion, I believe. The blower belt let go.
2:072 for the Terminator out of Batavia, Iowa. Well, we saw Jim Brockman earlier in that C-Cab. The Kodiak In-Laws and Outlaws name also applies to a tractor, and it's up next.
Right now.
I'll bet you money he's in the pull-off, too.
You think so? No doubt about it, huh?
Yep, that's for sure.
Tony Martin lost a blower belt. He had a good chance of getting it out of here.
Looked like he was going to be out. Really did.
Well, Bob, congratulations. Let's see what happens. There's about 3 or 4 more we think can get out of here.
There's some more good ones coming up for sure.
I bet you'd like to be here Saturday night, would you?
For sure.
All right, okay, good enough. He wants to be back Saturday night. Here we come. Watch the sand, ladies and gentlemen. Watch the sand right now. We'll make the prediction early. Watch the sand.
I mean, that baby is flat buried, and can you believe it? He had to really get on it, get on the brake in the middle of the track. He let completely out of the throttle, and he's still knee-deep in the daggone sand. How about that, Jim Brockman?
Where's my broom?
Oh. Yeah, Butch, where's your broom?
Where's the broom? I'll tell you.
Butch has got the broom. And we're going to have to put it to use because there is sand.
I'll tell you what, last year some John Deere fans gave me this broom. You remember this? They gave me this broom and told me I could only brush off John Deere tractors that went in the sand. But I tell you what, after that run, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go brush this tractor off right now. Ain't no doubt about it. I got my broom here, and we're going to do a little brushing here. Wait a minute. Here, guys, I got you covered. Just a second here, fellas. Let me get this taken care of. All right.
There you go. Absolutely awesome. Jim Brockman and the Kodiak In-Laws and Outlaws. Not only to go that deep in the sand, but to absolutely have to get out of the throttle at the midway point, and then they'll say it's a very visual show when the Green Monster runs. Hey, here's Jim Brockman. We might have a second real quick. Thank God, Jim. You let out in the middle. I thought you were in trouble, and you almost knocked the whole sand pile over. Great run.
Well, I knew I didn't want to run out of bounds because that doesn't pay anything, and so luckily we got the tractor straightened around and got right back after it, and it had the old bear had enough pinch to it that it put her right down there in the sand.
Well, there's some other guys in the pull-off, but clearly yours has been the dominant pull so far. I mean, your guys, and you got to be real proud. That was a great run.
Well, that can happen, but it's still not over till we get through the pull-off.
Great job right there, Jim. Way to go.
Thank you.
Excuse me, sir. It's a pleasure to brush off your tractor. I'll tell you that right now. With my John Deere broom here. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Yeah, John Deere fans gave this to me last year. Only when John Deere goes into the sand am I allowed to use this, see?
Well, we're close to John Deere colors.
Yeah, that's right. You're close to John Deere colors. Ladies and gentlemen, Fire and Smoke Show on the starting line. Watch him come this way. The Green Monster. Watch the wheels. Watch the tremendous amount of speed that this tractor builds as it comes down the way. If he can just keep it between the lines, I'm going to say he's going out of here. Let's see what happens now. Art Arfons, Akron, Ohio. The Green Monster. There comes the flames. Oh, yeah. Right there, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, he was awful close on the other side, but a great run.
Well, we told you these two guys with Brockman and Arfons coming up were definite sand threats, and your broom's getting a workout, man.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Scott. It's nice to see him make a good run.
I'll tell you what, that's a great run for Art, and you might have seen daughter Dusty jumping up and down on the sideline. She's really excited. Art's been struggling this winter. It's been Dusty who's been one of the dominant tractors in the sport of pulling, and she'll be out tomorrow night in this class, and already she sees Dad in the pull-off tonight. They're hoping for a big week here at Louisville for the Arfons family.
Outstanding. Art Arfons, ladies and gentlemen, the Green Monster. What a great run. Man, I'll tell you.
Oh my, terrible break for the Pioneer. It was a rough ride all the way from the start, and then when he slammed her down, the wheel went flying. Boy, that's a tough break.
Well, you know, he doesn't really have a lot of weight on the front of this.
And Lowell, Ohio's Dave Archer in the Pioneer. Butch is looking things over there. Bad break for him.
Dave, are you all right? Other than your pride? And so we'll need to get her going in just a couple of minutes.
Again, the 2:35 mark is where you'll find the pull-off. The Weekend Warrior trying to join 4 tractors that are out of here.
And right there, David Porter, ladies and gentlemen. David Porter, the Weekend Warrior.
3-0 for the Weekend Warrior and David Porter out of Zanesville, Ohio. So 4 in the pull-off, and the question is whether the dirt slinger is going to be able to give it a shot. And looks like Bill Leishner is mounting back up, so the dirt slinger may still try to give it a shot.
Well, let's see who's on. He moves in. A very good chance to put it in the sand here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see what he does as he comes to the line right now. Bill Leishner, Weldon, Illinois, on the starting line. Out of here. Well, I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, I think you'll agree with me. That was worth the wait just to see him run here. That was more than worth the wait here. Let's give him a nice round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. How about it, Bill Leishner? Bob Jostock will be number 2. Jim Brockman, number 3. Art Arfons, number 4. And Bill Leishner, number 5.
Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville, Kentucky. Your name?
Ed Whittycamp.
And is this your first time you've been here to Louisville, to the pool?
I've been here about 15 years.
About 15 years.
They're pulling at the Silver Anniversary National Farm Machinery Show Championship Tractor Pull, brought to you as always by the great people at ICI. .215.26. That from Bill Douglas Jr. and Spook. You see it on the scoreboard? That's what they're trying to beat. And next out will be Bob Jostock and the Wild Child.
Tough stuff to come. Brockman, Arfons, and Leishner still to come.
Feet for Bob Jostock and the Wild Child, 195.14. Distance to beat remains Bill Douglas Jr. and Spook at 215.26. 2.26.
Brockman, the Kodiak In-Laws and Outlaws pulling team.
As we've been talking, this is really one to keep your eyes on. Jim Brockman and the Kodiak In-Laws and Outlaws hooking up.
Now that pull up into Northwestern Ohio tractor pullers will be the 20th, 21st, and 22nd of August up in Ohio. Hello, Tom Kritzler and all the guys. Good to see you all again. Here we come now with the Kodiak machine. Brockman ready to do business on the starting line. Here we come. Oh, man, I'll tell you. Brockman, a great run into the sand again. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a nice round of applause. How about it, Louisville? What do you say? Oh, yeah. Great shot out of here in the sand, folks. You better believe it. 2 times in a row.
That is strong now.
You see how the tractor started getting pulled down about the 150-foot mark. You can start seeing him really start to strain, but yet he...
Arfons hooks to the sled, and the Green Monster will start breathing fire momentarily as those engines heat up. He tries to match what Jim Brockman just did with an incredible run on this Louisville track. It's Art Arfons and the Green Monster.
All right, here we go now on the starting line. Watch those big elbows, the rear of those motors, ladies and gentlemen, as they get ready to start breathing that smoke and fire right out of there. Arfons watches those gauges. He's intent with those gauges to make sure that the mixtures are right. The heat's getting built up. Watch his head move from left to right and back and forth. There you go. Watch him. He's looking. He knows. So close. So close.
Dusty was trying to muscle him in there with that body English and just didn't quite get enough. Still an outstanding pull for Art Arfons and the Green Monster. All right, they left, apparently, they left the 235 mark is considered a full pull again. So Art Arfons has a full pull again is what they're telling us apparently. So we may have to see everybody go back to work. We'll try and check on that, but they're indicating that that was a full pull for Art Arfons. For Bill Leishner will land him third 2:26.61, so Leishner and the Dirt Slinger will go third. It'll be Brockman, Arfons, and Leishner. Bob Jostock and the Wild Child. Sixth place goes to Richard Ziegler, P38 Lightning.
By ICI American Zag Group sponsorship, representing ICI will of course be Dave Herndon, and the Kentucky State Fair Board representative this time will be Mary Kate Gatton. And welcome to the winner's circle, Jim Brockman.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Let's do one thing. We have something new here. We need to always walk around over here so the other people on this side can see you. Ladies and gentlemen, here's your winner. Let's give him a nice round of applause. How about it? Jim Brockman. All right. People say they never get to see the winners on that side, so we wanted to keep this. Jim, an excellent run, I'll tell you. We made a little prediction earlier in the class when these guys, see the guy in the red hat down there in the shirt, he said, who do you think's going to win this class? Who'd I tell you was going to win the class? Right there. I got lucky, I guess.
Yeah, you did. It was a tough class.
It really was. Leishner always pulls tough. Arfons is tough. I understand you've had a pretty good winner, too.
Yeah, we've been doing real well on the SRO circuit. Walsh boys that are going to be running tomorrow night, they're a couple of points ahead of us in the points chase. We're setting number 2. So it's going to be a real interesting season.
Would anybody like to thank before we get out of here tonight?
You betcha. The fine people from ICI for supporting the pull. Of course, all the fans for coming out tonight and enjoying this fine farm machinery show. We got good support from the Kodiak and the Kendall Company. Both of them are real good people to work with, and we appreciate them sincerely.
How about mentioning your crew chiefs, too?
I was hoping you were going to let me get to that yet. Paul Higgins started out early this morning. I flew in from Nevada. Paul's been working on the equipment all week by himself. Last week he drove the two-wheeler out on the East Coast, did a fine job. Then he got back home and had to wrench on this stuff to get it ready to go tonight. And you gotta know how much I appreciate Paul Higgins.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner out of New Haven, Indiana. Let's give him a nice round of applause. How about it, Jimmy Brockman, right there? And once again, our trophy presentations, Mr. Dave Herndon, representing ICI Ag Products, and Mary Kate Gatton, representing the Kentucky State Fair Board, and Art Arfons. Congratulations and hello Saturday night.
Thank you. We made it.
You did, and you told me earlier you wish you could make Saturday night. Looks like you're going to be there now, aren't you?
Sure is. He might have won, but I got the prettiest crew chief.
Oh, yeah, there she is. Dusty, stand up over there so everybody can see it. Ladies and gentlemen, Dusty Arfons right there. Come over here, Dusty. Be here with Dad. Art, I know you've had a pretty tough winter, but things look pretty good here in Louisville for you, didn't they?
Oh, yes. It must be my track, huh?
I understand she's doing pretty hot on the circuit this year.
I haven't beat her once, I think. Maybe once this year.
One time, huh? Well, I'll tell you what I said is you just got more. I asked her a while ago, I said, you got more power in that tractor? She says, no, it's in my mind. That's what it is. It's me, the driver. I said, okay, that's great.
She's getting real good. She scares me.
Anybody you'd like to thank here tonight?
Well, we've only got one sponsor, and that's Kendall and ICI, so thank them.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Art Arfons, let's give him a nice round of applause. How about it? Your number 2 man. Congratulations, Art. And once again, trophy presentation, Mr. David Herndon from ICI Ag Products, and Mary Kate Gatton, once again from the Kentucky State Fair Board. And we go to Billy Leishner. Leishner, man, you know, you and I have been around a long time. I'll tell you what, I thought the tractor pulled really good tonight. It's been a long time. You know, I know you had some trouble, but she sure sounded good.
Finally come to life down there, Butch. I guess it just wasn't getting fuel up there, and had Freddie crack that line and took off running finally.
Well, they might have had a little air or something in there, huh?
Yeah, I think it just had an airlock, and finally got some fuel up there and got it primed, and it took off.
Bill, you have been confident with Arius engines. I've always wanted to ask you this. Do you have another Arius engine home? Have you ever thought about hanging 4 on this tractor?
Oh, I thought about it. We used to have 4, and we sold a couple over the pond and then built a new one. Was going to get into two-wheel drive pulling. Trying to slow down a little bit, Butch. I got 2 boys, seniors in high schools, both starting on the basketball team, so I've been watching them this winter, and just got married a year ago and lost my father last year, so things are a little different.
I know how that is. I lost him out a few years ago, too. But listen, congratulations on this. Looking for you Saturday night. Come back here, huh, bud? With a dirt slinger.
Yeah, come back with ICI. They're very fine sponsors, doing a lot for us. We really appreciate them, and looking forward to Saturday night, Butch.
All right, Saturday night finalist. There he is right there, the 3rd place man tonight, Bill Leishner. Weldon, Illinois, congratulations. And once again, the trophy presentations are being made by Mr. David Herndon from ICI Ag Group Products and Mary Kate Gatton, our Kentucky State